Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with a co-host, business partner, mentor, life coach, James Mason. Good morning, James. How you doing?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I should have thrown in there wardrobe consultant.
Basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
There you go, baby.
I've always told people, everybody, especially on social media, it's so silly. And it goes back to the saying, those who want to look like they have money don't have money, and then obviously vice versa. Now, I've always said this, that my goal is honestly to just really just be who I am and just wear what I want. Like, I don't have to try to impress anybody with anything, but really, I mean, at the end of the day, think about it. All these people who try to look super successful on YouTube, and hey, Todd, have you seen those people, especially the traders, who are wearing freaking suits on a YouTube video? Like, where do we draw the line with just being freaking ridiculous?
And to be fair, if someone wants to wear a suit and that's who they are as a person, and they want to put on a shirt and tie like that, God bless them. But to show up and try to paint an image and special watch and collar stays and etc.
Like basketball shorts and a t-shirt. If you can do this every day and your wardrobe is waking up, putting on basketball shorts and a t-shirt, and you look borderline homeless, that's pretty successful. Like, I mean, really, think about it. Like, we can wear whatever we want because we call our own shots. Those other people, think about, like, I don't know, for instance, someone who works at a high-end, a high-end car lot or something.
Okay.
Like Mercedes. They have to wake up every day, put on their best damn suits and shit, and go in and looking good. They have to listen to somebody. I don't have to listen to anybody at all. I just put on basketball shorts and call it a day and do what I do. So yeah, that's the wardrobe. But anyways, Todd, got one for you. Are you ready for it?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Because if they flew over the bay, we'd have to call them bagels.
I like it.
All right. All right. Brian Lashford, thank you for the $5 tip. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the show. So they, at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, they released the inflation numbers, and the data was obviously a little higher. They reported 7.5% year over year inflation. Truth be told, we know those numbers are a freaking lie as well. But there's no way to prove it. So, yeah, but at least they didn't come out and try to sugarcoat it like they do with the job numbers, where they'll come out and report something that we know is super low, and then a week later they'll come back and be like, oh yeah, we had to edit it because we had an error here. That decibel should have been moved over 2 places.
Wow.
So yeah, at least they didn't come out and really try to lie to us. So let me share a chart right here, so we can see SPY. That's what it did yesterday, and then this is where they obviously released the inflation numbers, and it's just taking a hit. Now, you're going to see a lot of people today probably talking buy the dip. And in 2 weeks from now, you probably won't see them on social media anymore because
you'll see them in the corner with a little sign that says, used to be a day trader.
Exactly.
Now broke.
Yeah. Man, when something like this happens, especially when we honestly have been looking at this pullback for a while now. And this has been the most significant pullback that we've had so far. I mean, we can see the one back here and it bounced, but it was nowhere as significant as this one. And hold on, let me just delete all these freaking lines. I can draw them back. Let's see. All right. So we closed out here yesterday, and then here we are gapping down. If the Fed comes in and saves this crap right here, then Jesus, I don't even know anymore. Like I might as well just quit damn trading because it's complete horseshit. So we'll see what happens. But from a technical analysis perspective, and like the last 2 damn weeks, technical analysis has not freaking mattered. But from a technical analysis perspective here, this should be the beginning of the next true leg down in the stock market, which in theory should lead us down to this first true strong support around this lower 420 range, below that 400, and then below that 370. Now, 370 is like my overall bottom of the market, in my opinion. But there are other variables that will come into play for if it would hit 370. And again, like if it does, basically what I'm saying here is if it's going to hit 370, the Fed can't come in and save it. So that's what we're banking on a lot here. Now we are going into March, where I would like to say for sure that they are going to do the rate increases, but in a reason, I mean, I know they've been saying it, but the reason why I'm being pessimistic about it is because, well, Jerome Powell said that they're going to do tapering in December, and they're still buying shit up. So they ain't doing no tapering, at least not yet. So we'll see what they do in March. But again, I mean, if they come in and try to save this shit now, then who knows anymore? I mean, it will literally just prove that this is just a casino for them. So yeah, that's pretty much the SPY. So if you're trying to buy the dip now,
there may be more dip in the future.
Exactly. If you're trying to buy the dip now, you're dumb. I'm just saying, you're dumb. I mean, like, look at how much this can roll over. Now, we'll be saying that the Fed probably will come in and buy this thing up, and we'll hit all-time highs based off of, honestly, more inflation. And like Todd, like what's crazy is I was looking on some other forums just trying to see what people are trying to think the market's going to do. And I actually saw people trying to justify high inflation as not being a big deal. And I'm like, at what point is high inflation never a big deal? Like, what are you guys talking about? And
I'm going to tell you, who's ever saying that, James, is they weren't around in the early 80s, or they weren't old enough to understand the early 80s when we had mortgage interest rates at 12, 13, 14%. And that's why they're saying inflation is not a big deal.
That's just nuts to think. Like, there are basic economic principles that will always hold true. And one of them is inflation and deflation. And if you're too far to either side, it's not good. It is not good at all. And to think that, oh yeah, inflation is no big deal. It can keep going up. It's priced in, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. That's just crazy. Like, where did y'all learn economics? Really? Yeah, I mean,
They didn't.
Like, I understand that some people are, they have a vested interest in whatever puts that they're buying, or not puts, I'm sorry, call contracts that they're buying in the market, and they want it to go up. But when we're talking about overall market, for all the people who are out there saying, this is no big deal, market's going to bounce, it's going to go up, keep buying calls or keep going long, keep being bullish, as as optimistic as you're trying to be, you're not going to persuade everybody to go long and shift the entire market. At the end of the day, we as retail traders do not control anything in the market. So while Jerome Powell's coming in buying the dip, I mean, at some point, the dip has to stop. And it's like I said multiple times already over the last week or so. That moment when he doesn't come in and everybody's expecting him to buy the dip to hold the market up, and he doesn't show up, and they're buying where they think he's going to buy at, and then they have to buy the dip again. They're buying that dippy dip, the dip of the dip, and it just keeps going down and down and down.
Well, what's going to happen is that when they go to buy the dip or they buy the dippy dip, they will not have scaled in properly, and then they'll be out of money, and then the market will take a real dip. That's that 370 number you talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we might get a little buying pressure here. We might get a little buying pressure at 440, 420, 400, but one of those lines are going to fail potentially, probably, and then we're going to have down to 370, and our 401ks are going to look like shit, and it'll be election time, and someone will not get reelected. You heard it here first.
Yep. You heard that here first, the same way you heard first the other day that Amazon is going to do a forward split, even though it's not officially at Watch.
All we do is offer projections.
We just predict the future, and listen, for all you haters out there who think, oh, well, they're wrong. They said the market was going to do this or that, and it's like a week later, a month later, hell, even a year later. Guess what, jackass? Time is on our side, because 15 years down the road from now, when Amazon does a forward split, we're going to start up the StockCast show again. We're like, we told y'all.
Well, the good news is this. You as a trader and us as traders, we can make money in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the cards that are dealt. I don't like the hand, but there's still a way to make money in this market. And let's look at a couple tickers.
Well, before that, I do want to talk about when the pandemic started for SPY.
Okay.
So actually, when this started, a lot of y'all, well, I don't know about a lot of y'all, but some of y'all remember, I actually called the drop right here before it ever happened. And I remember people just like, yeah, whatever, you're stupid. And surprise, surprise, I was right. But I'll tell you where I was wrong at. When this thing came down right here, I took my profits and it came up, and I regripped the market, and I wrote it down. I did not even write it down all the way because I didn't think it was going to go this low. But somewhere right in here, I did cover again when it broke the low right there. So I covered and I waited, but this is where I really, really screwed up at, was when this was dropping, I kept wanting to go long somewhere right in here. After I sold that second swing trade on this drop, I kept wanting to go long right here, and I was losing those profits because, and I was still cutting it pretty quick. I wasn't letting it go against me too hard, at least. But I was expecting the market to bottom out, and this goes back into what we were just saying about buying that dippy dip, and the market just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. And at this point, when I done took 2 or 3 hits, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold off until I see a true reversal. The market just kept unloading, and I was just like, what the hell? And so somewhere right down here, actually, when I was trying to call the bottom, I was 2 days early, and I took some calls that went red against me, and I was like, oh shit. So I took another loss right there, and then I was able to basically break even right here. But I was not actually expecting the bull run to happen like this. And so I didn't capitalize on this bullish run, because this is abnormal. The markets don't do V-shaped recoveries like this, but this is a product of, the government coming in and quantitative easing. I mean, them just buying up the market to save it. And the reason why I didn't capitalize on it was because I was expecting it to do a bounce, consolidate, and then do one more drop at that. And I waited. I waited for my setup because I did have a plan. The plan didn't come through, and to where I could capitalize on it, and that's why I missed out. But looking back on it, I don't regret any of it. Catching the bottom right in here, and the reason why I don't regret any of it is for the simple fact of, what if I decided to just try to bottom take this, and in my mind, this is the bottom of the market for like forever, and try to bottom take it and just ride it all the way up, expecting a full V-shaped recovery right here, which just doesn't happen. But there were a lot of retail traders who did just that, and they had blind luck, and I mean, it worked out damn well for them. Then a lot of those people now are broke. They lost all their money that they made in this recovery. But I didn't capitalize on it because I was, going back to what we were just saying. I had a plan. The setup didn't come through, and I missed out on it. So I just waited. I mean, I waited for the market to truly show itself. Right here, I caught the drop again, wrote it back down. I didn't even bother going long until, honestly, it broke above all this right here for good. So, yeah, you still have to have a plan in everything you do. Now, while I've been extremely bearish on the entire market, from life experience of the last 2 weeks, I know that Jerome Powell can come in at any time and lift this thing back up. So while I'm benefiting at the moment, I do have a plan on when and where I'll take profits as I'm shorting this. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on SPY. So Curtis James, thank you for the tip.
If you're listening to the show, and we appreciate we got over 100 viewers this morning, please hit the like button. It helps us build our audience, build our algorithms. So a little push there.
Yeah. So let's see, Todd, what time we got? We got about 10 minutes.
We're about 9.5 minutes to the market, so we got time for a quick ticker if you want to hit one.
Yeah, let's see what we got in the comments.
Everything. We don't have any tickers. That's fine.
All right. Well, so I guess we'll just go ahead and wrap it up there since nobody has any tickers. But Todd, do you have anything else?
No, it's good. I don't know what I'm going to trade today. I've got a couple on my watch list. I'm really going to see what the market does at the open and make a game time decision if I trade it all today. I've had a good week. I've had 2 good days out of my week, which is Monday didn't trade. Took Peloton for a ride on Tuesday and Wednesday. Did real well there, and so I'm okay taking it easy today if I have to.
Yeah, I'll probably just trade maybe for about an hour and a half. I mean, I'm already sitting, or will be sitting in nice profits at the bell. So other than that, y'all know what it is. Trade safe, trade smart, and we will see y'all in the next one.